Now, check this out. Now look at him. He's shooting through the driver's side. But the person allegedly they looking for,
there were multiple shooters who fired.
the person they allegedly looking for is sitting in the passenger seat. Why wouldn't you go around that way and shoot up that side if that's who y'all trying to get? You know what I mean? So I ain't saying I just think they were trying to kill her, but it just looked like that to me, you know. So don't put it out there that she's a bad person, she did something wrong. Her problem was only probably loving this man, if he's the target. But women have a lot of smoke in the city nowadays too, and these young YNs, they don't care about shooting a woman, you know. OGs wouldn't,
shots,
but
perhaps more than 50. Remarkably, all of those bullets missed a baby who was sitting in the car that was targeted.
This is the story of Gabrielle Ayers,
that's the
a
baby
young woman
mother.
whose life was taken in broad daylight on a Chicago street, in an attack so violent it left an entire community shaken and asking how much worse things can get.
Investigators remained at the scene well after nightfall at this corner littered with shell casings, where somehow a baby in this bullet-riddled car emerged unscathed.
What's the purpose of shooting at a car when you know there's a child in the car? That doesn't make any sense.
They didn't know the child was in the car.
It could be a lot of other people who've lost their life here today.
Images of her last moment
Look how they stopped, y'all.
Terrified driver
Finish shooting through the driver's side.
This young lady died for nothing because she was not the target of the crime which she was killed for.
Allegedly.
26-year-old Gabrielle Ayers, who relatives identify as the woman who was shot and killed in her white Chevy sedan around 1:30
Her. You heard what they said? Her car, so they knew she was
This
driving.
here is unbelievable. This young lady was a beautiful young lady with a beautiful child, and life just cut short. For what?
100 bullets were shot into her car while she had her 1-year-old son in the car.
That's the baby.
Oh my God. A child believed to be less than 1 year old is whisked away by a Chicago police officer Wednesday afternoon after somehow surviving this. We muted the sound, but cell phone video shows.
You see this street? If you drive straight down there, you will be at the Gshrimp show.
At least 3 people with guns run up and fire dozens of shots into a white car. The shooters then get into a red car, stop in front of the white car, and begin shooting again. Then drive away, all while a child was helpless inside that vehicle.
Can we have an officer ride with the 1-year-old?
Why was she targeted and what really happened? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois has one of the highest violent crime rates among major U.S. cities, with especially high numbers of shootings and homicides compared to national averages. Gabrielle Ayers was a 26-year-old young lady who was living her life on the low just like any typical lady her age. No drama, no problems with anyone, no issues with any gangs whatsoever. Just a year prior to the incident that took her life, Gabrielle had been sharing moments of joy online. Photos of her baby bump, memories from her baby shower the year before, surrounded by friends and family, smiling, laughing, celebrating the life she was bringing into the world. Her child was everything to her. Being a mother wasn't just part of her life, it was the center of it. Gabrielle was known as a hardworking woman. She owned and operated a salon where she spent her days making her clients feel confident and beautiful. People who knew her described her as dedicated, kind,
Gabby
and
on the
passionate
wall.
about her work. Her clients appreciated her not just for her skill, but for her heart.
Now, I don't know where her salon was, y'all. I didn't check into that.
She was building something for herself and for her child, a future rooted in stability and love. On the day of the shooting, Gabrielle was sitting in a car with her child's father behind the wheel and her infant in the back seat. What should have been an ordinary moment turned into a nightmare when a vehicle pulled up and multiple gunmen opened fire. Investigators believe the intended target was the child's father, but the bullets tore through the car indiscriminately. A relentless barrage of
Now, how you
gunfire
trying to hit
erupted,
him
round
shooting
after
from over
round
there?
ripping into the vehicle, with Gabrielle trapped inside and her baby just feet
They
away
just
in the
always
backseat.
assume it's the
Gabrielle was
male,
struck
y'all.
multiple times. Her child's father was also
See?
hit but managed to survive. Here is the video of the incident.
See, she must be already dead. No, I take that back. She wasn't dead. She was hit badly, though. Badly. Because I seen her moving when they got her out. Look at dude ducking. Shit. And look at the big truck he in.
Miraculously, the baby was not physically injured, despite being inside a car that was riddled with bullets.
A wound happened in the middle of the afternoon on a busy stretch of 79th Street in the Auburn-Gresham neighborhood. A witness who we spoke with says he was coming home from work when he saw the shooting. He went to go help those victims who had been shot. That's when he heard and saw an infant crying in the back seat. Somehow that baby uninjured in all of this.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
A child believed to be less than 1 year old
So the
was
baby
whisked
had a
away by
sucker.
Chicago police officer Wednesday afternoon after somehow surviving this. We muted the sound, but cell phone video shows at least 3 people with guns run up and fire dozens of shots into a white car. The shooters then get into a red car, stop in front of the white car, and begin shooting again, then drive away, all while a child was helpless inside that vehicle.
Ain't no bullets on the passenger side, y'all.
Thank God that baby's so young that probably won't remember this day. But that baby's gonna know
That's Father
that their mother
Flagging,
was
y'all.
killed today. That baby could have been killed.
A 26-year-old woman inside the white car was shot several times and later died. A 27-year-old was also shot but expected to survive.
They all had long guns. You know, it's just crazy.
The shooting happened at 79th Street in May around 1:30, just steps from Father Flager's St. Sabina Church. He was at the scene moments after the shots were fired.
And somebody needs to be held accountable. And if anybody knows who did that, I think we got some really good shots off the cameras on the buildings over there. They just weren't caught.
And after the shooting, that white car crashed into a van. The driver of that van was also uninjured. So far, no arrests have been made.
Over 100 shots were fired into the car she was sitting with her child. As if the first attack wasn't enough, witnesses say that as the assailants drove away, they stopped and fired again, unloading more shots into the already destroyed vehicle before
Second
fleeing
attack.
the scene. By the time help arrived, Gabrielle had suffered fatal injuries.
Hey, Mom!
Shit cold-blooded, y'all. They'll keep you a strap in Chicago, man. I'm talking about that's crazy. Even if you ain't involved
She
in
was
shit.
rushed to the hospital, but she did not survive. Her child's father is expected to recover, left not only with physical wounds but with the trauma of knowing the mother of his child was killed in front of him. while their baby sat helplessly in the
And
back
they
seat.
saying he the target.
Breaking right
I
now
can't
at
believe
4:30,
that,
a
bro.
brazen shooting a block from St. Sabina in the middle of 79th Street, leaving one person dead and a second in the hospital. Our Sabrina Franza is there for us. And Sabrina, there was a child in the car that was shot into, correct? Marie, the baby was in the back seat of this white car that you can see just here on 79th Street. It is right behind this larger vehicle that it later crashed into. After the shooting, two adults were in the car with that child when at least three people walked up and started firing. Incredibly, the baby was not physically hurt, but the entire incident was caught on video, and a CBS viewer sent that video to us. Here you can see at least three people run up to the white car with guns in hand. Now, we are not airing the audio in this video, though in it you could hear at least 24 shots fired directly at that white car. After running away, the gunman got into a red Alfa Romeo and fired even more shots into this white car. The viewer who took this video, or sent us the video rather, told us that they are heartbroken and distraught tonight, saying that they were on their way from work when they saw the shooting. A man and a woman, both injured, with a baby they say was holding a lollipop in the back seat, crying. That viewer told us that the child was not injured, thankfully. Both adults taken to the hospital, and the male is expected to be okay. More video from the scene also shows the immediate police response. Officers have marked the many bullet casings on the ground as they try to find the person responsible, people responsible. Now, the other car that you can see here, as we mentioned, the driver of this car was not involved in the shooting, we're told, but also got out of the car and refused medical attention. Just an innocent person, it seems, caught in the middle of all of this. At last check, police have said that the female victim in this case is 26 years old, the male victim 27, and as we mentioned, the male victim is expected to be okay, and the child in this case was also, we're told, not injured.
Gabrielle Ayers did not deserve this. She was a mother, a business owner, a woman focused on her family and her future. Her child was her world, and now that child will grow up without her. This case is yet another example of how gun violence in Chicago continues to spiral out of control. The city has struggled for years with violent crime, ambush-style shootings, and retaliatory attacks that spill into everyday life. In some neighborhoods, no place feels safe anymore, not cars, not homes, not even daylight hours. Chicago remains one of the most dangerous major cities in the country when it comes to gun violence, and stories like Gabrielle's are becoming heartbreakingly common. Innocent people are caught in the crossfire, families are destroyed, and children are left to grow up carrying trauma that should never belong to them. Gabrielle Ayers should still be here. She should be raising her child, running her salon, celebrating milestones, watching her baby grow. Instead, her name is now added to a growing list of lives lost to senseless violence. Her child survived, and that is a blessing, but survival is not the same as justice. Until the violence stops, until accountability comes, and until communities are protected, stories like this will keep repeating. And they should never be normal. What do you guys think of this? Rest in peace, Gabrielle Ayers. Your life mattered. Your love mattered. And your story deserves to be told. Our sincere condolences to her friends and family.
Now, what y'all think about that? Do y'all think the daddy was the target, or you think she was the target? Now, tinted windows, they help you and they hurt you sometimes, because sometimes if a person is looking for somebody in the car and they can't see where they at, they just try to spray the whole car. And ironically, they didn't hit no windows. They were shooting through the doors. These guys were really trying to hurt something, because you would think shooting through the window, people go duck. When you duck, where you go be at? Down low. So they shooting through the doors because they know they getting down low, and that's when they really go hit them at. Don't think that just because them windows ain't shot out that they weren't doing what they doing. They knew what they was doing. They riddled the side of them car doors, and man, I'm talking about when they opened the door, you could see her moving. Me and my brother, people we were talking about, it depending on who was driving, Then when we seen her leg come out, I'm like, damn, she was driving. If I thought it was him and they was at him, if they thought he was driving, that'd have been different. But this was her car. She drive it every day. He was riding shotgun. The attack should have came from the passenger side if they were trying to get him and they knew that's where he was gonna be sitting. But also things happen, y'all. In Chicago, it's like body for body, tick for tack. If a woman got hurt somewhere else, the attack might have been designed to hurt this woman. And I guess what the retaliation for something like this is going to involve a woman, y'all. You know what I mean? Because whoever these guys is, even if they say we go get dude that be with his baby mama all the time, they go make sure they hit her because they already suffering from this woman. And it just keep going round and round, and it ain't gonna never stop, y'all. And it's bad. And these guys, they have no feeling. When you hear them use the word brazen, that mean they were bold, y'all. That mean they were really bold with it. It's broad daylight. Okay, cool. Broad daylight. They attacked this car 3 times. It happened. It started on May. You hear them say it started on May. That's a block this way. Racine is another block that way where the car crashed at. And then they hit it the second time when y'all see them running with the long guns. And then hit it a third time before they left. Just study shooting it up. Study shooting it up. And didn't hit nobody but the woman. They hit the guy too, but if he not dying, I don't see that being for him. Because if you knew you was looking for a guy that should have been on the passenger side, somebody should have went on that passenger side. But I'm talking about it's so close to my house, y'all. My people like, I want to do this story, bro. And I'm like, yeah, well, I want to go do the story. I guess they didn't want me to do the whole story from the beginning, but I just showed y'all what they was filming already. But that's why a lot of times I don't do Chicago stories because I always tell you I either know the suspect or the victim. And I really be hating when things happen to good people that have their life together. It seemed like they got something going from young black woman on the salon, seemed like she was doing all right. Just had her first little baby, still with the baby daddy. That's fresh. I'm talking about this is fresh. The baby 1 year old. This is new love, y'all. And then get caught up in some street shit. We don't know what it is. I'm going to cover this story again and let y'all know what the word on the street is, what really happened deeper behind this. And we'll find out if it was the guy they was after or the woman. But if you after the guy, why did the woman get so much? You know what I mean? Why did she get so much? Why, after y'all done shot up the car, even when y'all was leaving, y'all go stop again? Things like that is gonna really hurt these guys when they ask go to court, if they ever caught. They show the film of this in the court. This how people get 3 life sentence plus 275 years, and you be like, man, why they got all that? You have to see the video, and then you'll see why. Just if you should happen to live your life in jail, die and get out, Your spirit still gonna be in jail. Your body, everything gonna still be in jail. If you lived your life, you still got 270 some years to do. And it just seemed crazy, but hey, I guess they be trying to send a statement. The courts be trying to send a statement like they be doing on the street, like, yeah, we want you guys to think about something. See, it's all fun and games when you're out here just doing shit. These guys working on their little reputation and stripes and all that. And you know, the last guy that came and slid and shoot through the back, you just didn't caught a body for nothing. The nigga who came on the passenger driver's side caught the body. He done basically caught the body. He's the one shooting on that side. You slid and shot from the back where your bullet hit. I'm talking about it's crazy, you know. Man, I hate that woman when she tried to get away, crashed. People shooting at you, listen, you got to duck a little bit, but you cannot afford to hit anything. It's a matter of life and death. Your best driving is required. You're not only trying to save your life, you're trying to save your baby's life and your baby daddy's life. You got to drive that car like, hey, you know, it ain't no time to be, oh my God, and the fuck that shit. You got to still be on it. Some people panic, some people don't. You know, it's just how it is. Some people panic, some people don't. A lot of times people, if you ain't ever been through that, it's hard to say what you would do if you never been through it, you know. And some people really don't know. I never heard people ask questions. One lady said they was shooting on her block. She just stopped and she said she didn't know what to do. She just stood there and froze, didn't know what to do. And I remember telling her something, but I'm like, hey, unless you've been in that situation, you wouldn't know. Because it ain't safe to say what you would do unless you right there seeing. I might could say, get down and stay down. Or if you see if he coming towards you, run. You know, it depends. Every situation is different. I can't tell you one thing that'll fit every other situation because it won't. It won't. Man, we go pray for this lady, y'all, and the family, man. I hope. Man, this is really sad. It's sad. You know, Chicago, wow. There's a lot of cities like that. I'm talking about you got to keep a strap, period. Because you don't know you can get pulled into something easy, even when you ain't in it. Even when you ain't in it. I'm talking about to the point where one person called me and was like, man, don't cover the stuff. I'm like, man. And I listened for a minute. I listened. And I still basically I just wanted y'all to see it. You know, I wanted y'all to see it. And if y'all could see how close I could walk out my front door and walk right down there and touch that damn car if it was still out there. That's how close it was. I could hear the shots. If I was standing outside, I could hear the shots. That's how close they were to me. You know. And you don't know what brought on this situation, y'all. The way they were moving, this ain't nothing that just popped up. They looked like they were planned. This had been planned, y'all. You know what I mean? They all had on black, long guns, and they was ready for this. You know what I mean? That's why I say if they shooting on that side, it's the people even said it was her car, so they knew she would be driving. This was a planned attack. For what reason, we don't know. We have to pull up the guy name, his background, and see what he about, you know. But hey, women be getting in shit just like guys do, y'all. Just my 2 cents, you feel me? I ain't saying she deserved this. Don't nobody deserve nothing like that, but it is what it is, y'all. It's your boy Gshrimp. Everybody favorite baby daddy goes to the street, man. From Pletcher, I dig you later. I'm out of here.